Okay, welcome everyone. Let's start lesson 3. Today lesson we'll go through LO3 and country. If you have any question, drop me an email and uk.co.uk. I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Okay. Okay, so today's lesson really will go through LO3, learning outcome 3. As you know, my name is Anjum. If you have any question, please drop me an email and uk.co.uk and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So today's lesson here, we'll go through our LO3, which is applied at chosen field, the paradigm to the design and the research project, which will go through the appropriate methods for the carrying out research into the tourism and hospitality management and developing the project plan to carry out research. That will be the key. Okay, so we had a discussion about in the previous lesson about the research onion model, which is given by Sanders. The research onion. Nothing which we can use for the research purposes. That's quite good to use. Okay, so we had a discussion about inductive and deductive approach for the research purposes, which we can use for the business, for the research area, hospitality and tourism, as well as the business management. So research philosophy is overarching the term related to the development of the knowledge and the nature of the knowledge, which we look, how we can and contain the important exemptions about the way in which, you view the world. That's really need to look around. Then there is the two types of methods, key method, deduction and induction approach. The theory and the hypothesis are developed and tested. Actually, in the deduction, the hypothesis means the research question. So what is the hypothesis? The hypothesis, induction approach, the data collected and the theory developed from the data analysis. We can use SPSS software, as I mentioned in the lesson 1 as well, which is going to be used for SPSS software for the data analysis. Okay, so then sample. So in research, when we will do the research, because it's just a matter of writing about in the hospitality industry as well as other industry, we need to look around the sample. Sample is a small proportion of time, small portion of population. So like I can pick 10% people, 10% you, it can be the sample. So population is the whole universe of the whole population do you want to target. The population, the census normally we have every 10 years in the UK, every 10 years. And as which I mentioned, if you want to look on the Office of National Statistics, which we can use for the research purposes. Okay, so population is the total collection of the elements about we wish to make, the some inferences and the people and the sales territory of the stores, like hospitality and tourism industries of the business, which we can use, so the complete population, which we can, when we're looking, the census we count everyone's, yes, all the elements of the population, like male, female, their views about the business. That's also known as census. Okay, the process of using the small numbers of the item, the part which we can, the larger population to make the conclusion about the whole population. That's which we need to look around the sample. Sample is a small portion. Sample is the small. So different, like we go through different sampling methods that can be used for the research purposes. Those is quite crucial, which we can use it for research purposes. So population, sample, and individual cases, which we can look around the population is the whole this element, and the sample is a small, like if you dip your or you taste something, you take a little sample of it, you can say this is the whole food or the whole drink is good, tasty or not tasty, and the best stuff. That's like you can look around the small proportion of the people those stayed in the certain restaurant in the hotel, like in Marriott hotel, in the PC hotel, or Premier hotel, or various others that can be used as a sample. Okay. So when we look in the sampling valid alternative to the census, instead of the cost, it required a lot of cost, a lot of money required to take the research. What we can do, we can focus on small proportion, we can draw the conclusion, and that's quite crucial, which we need to look around. The survey of the entire population is impracticable. Budget constraints restrict the data collection. Time constraint is yes, which can be a problem, and restrict the data collection when the result from the data collection are needed quickly. That we really need to be look around. Okay. The process of using small number of items as a part of the larger population to make the conclusion about the whole population sample. Yes, as I mentioned, and because why we use the sample, because due to the budget, due to the time, due to the data, it can quickly collect it. Okay, so let's quick the sampling. So we have different sampling techniques which we use in research, like you can discuss about the probability, the charm, equal charm, or the non-probability. You can make the quota sampling 10% male, 10% female, 10% on this convenience sample, which is all convenience to you, near to you. You can ask their view that can be used in the research. That's quite good to for research purposes. We can use the okay, so we can use the probability random certified, like the quota, we can make it from the group of the people which we can critically case studies of certain people which we can use, and then the data collection. So what we had, we had a discussion of if you so we do the research to solve the problem. To you want to launch something new product in this, so you can a new product which we can use in the questions about the people. So question is formalized. So please in nowadays research we use different sort of the forms. We can use in Google form. We can create a form. Please those are doing this because of course this year assignment we're collecting the data about hospitality industry. If you want to do primary and secondary, so two types of the research: primary research, we had a discussion level primary research, and second is secondary research. Okay, so when we do the primary, we do the questionnaire, collecting data yourself, and secondary is the population information. Secondary is the published information, which we need to be looked at. Objective: it must be translate information needed into the set of the specific question that respondent can and will answer. The questionnaire must be uplift and motivate, encourage, so that discourage. We can do interviews, and we can use. So we can use Google Form, we can use SurveyMonkey and various other tools to collect the data, or we can use the observation methods. Also important. Observation method also very important for the research purposes. And that's which we need to be used. So specific the information we need to be look around. Information needed, specific type of the interview method, determine the context of the questions which we can look around, the design and decide the question structure, and decide argument, and identify the form and the layout which will be. So I'll give you the sample questionnaire which will be available on Moodle page, so that we can use it. So let's please, if you look at this question, we want to be mail orders, we want to be open a store, in picking one store, or they're assigned to 1 and 2, so we can assign the numbers, like we have a store. These are different stores, Walmart and various others. So if you want to, so you can rent them one order number 1 in terms of the quality, but you have to look around, how quickly and conveniently you ask the questions to. Maybe we can, if we do, maybe we can say, the store and the generically, yeah, you're happy with, so you can rate them 1 to 10. Yes, greatly preferable in terms of the quality. So you can use the scale of the scaling is quite good, which can be used for. Okay, then others can be personal question. Maybe we can say rank the store and write the name, which one is the number 1 store according to the list of the store we can, or which they think in the store, so we can well the understanding in. That's so may need to be look around the question you design in a way that's a convenience for your audience. So that's you need to be look around the audience. The question email and the internet questionnaire will be similar, and we can use the questionnaire in the self-administrative question, which is mean you can ask yourself, is there no satisfactory use of the data resulting from the question? The question should be eliminated. So sometimes we can change the question, keeping in view the perception or understanding about. So let's please, when we look at these questions, sometimes the several questions need to be obtained, repeat information and manner. So we can look around, do you think Coca-Cola is a tasty and the refreshing soft drink, so we can look around. Such question can be double barrel, and 2 barrel question can be, we can ask 2 questions. Do you think the Coca-Cola is a tasty soft drink, and do you think the Coca-Cola is refreshing? So that can be correct ways to answer instead of 2 barrel question. Okay. So in this situation where not all the respondents are likely to be informed about the topic of interest, filter the question and the familiarity of the past experience that can be used. Don't know options to appear or reduce ununified responses, and response rate is very, very crucial. How many gallons of soft drinks did you consume during the last 4 weeks? So we can ask the same question in this way. How often do you consume soft drink in a typical week? So less, once a week, twice a week, many times. So that can be look around. So we can look around the respondents may be unable to articulate certain type of the responses. They describe atmosphere of the department store, or respondent should be given the aid of the pictures map to articulate their responses, explain them in. So most of the respondents are willing to devote a lot of effort to provide information like if you look, this is correct. Please list all the department from you purchase the merchandise on your most recent shopping trip in the department. So what we can do in the list of the following, please check all the department from you purchase the merchandise on, and your most recent the shopping trip to a departmental store. We can look around women dresses, men are all in. So that's the correct way which we can list them a gap status until or so context is the response unwilling to respond the question and consider the inappropriate given the context, and research should be manipulate the context and the request the information in appropriate legitimate person exploring the data you need to be keeping in view of the GDPR general data protection. Don't ask the sensitive or the personal nature question at the beginning. Give them age unstructured question, open-ended question can be answered. Do you intend to buy a new car within 6 weeks? Yes and no. This can be structured question is a set responsive alternative format is maybe a multiple choice the dots. Do you think in a multiple choice question, do you intend to buy a new car within the next 6 weeks? Definitely, probably not. So we can give option and the respondents can be. So we can look around like often two alternatives, did and not, don't know, or both, So do you intend to buy a new car next 6 months? Yes, no, I don't know. Do you intend to buy a new car next? So we can structure like this and we can do the numbering for this is quite good, which we can relate to. Okay, definitely these are all, define the issue in terms of what when where goes, what brand of the shampoo do you use? So it's incorrect. Which brand are the brands of the shampoo you personally use at home during last month? So in that case, it's more than one brand. Please list all the brands. That can be a correct ways to ask it. Do you think distribution of the soft drink is adequate? So maybe we can say, do you think the soft drink are readily available when you want to buy them? Yes or no. In total typical month, do you shop in the departmental store? Never. Really, maybe we can say in typical month, how often do you shop in a department less than? So you have to look around the purpose in the data and put it. So leading question can be, do you think that American should buy imported cars and things? So we can say yes, no. Maybe we can say, do you think the American should buy imported mobile? Yes, no. So that's the way we can. Do you like to fly when traveling short distance? Incorrect. Maybe we can say, do you like to fly when traveling shorter distance, or would you rather drive? So that's we are giving now options, and that's most appropriate. So are you in a favor of balanced budget? Are you in favor of balanced budget if you would result in personal income? So these are all the questions, guys, when you're looking, so we can look around the correct way to format them. And the question is informed statement and positive and the negative. Of course, opening question, try to be interesting, typical question, generally, the basic information about OTHM, and difficult questions, sensitive, raising or dull are the place in the later in the sequence. So we can look around. The general question should be, what is the consideration important to you in selecting the stores, and in selecting the store, how important is the convenience location? So we can look around the logical in order, that's so the flow of the information and play. So we had in previously, because of course now the part of this year, now we need the chapter 1. We can write about background and the objective of the research, scope of the research. Chapter 2, literature review. Chapter 3, so that can be your research methodology, which we had a discussion today, and research method. And I shared with you the Padlet link that is quite good to use. Those are listening, and then we can do the findings. Chapter 4, if you want to divide it to the chapters. Chapter 4 can be finding, and chapter 5, if you want, recommendation can be your chapter 4. If you want to divide it like this, you can as well. So that's and then of course your references. So that's so that's any topic of your choice which you can use. So thanks for listening and attending to the lesson, and I'll speak to you.